Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Muichiro Listener by me. So let's get into it. You and Muichiro had your relationship be a secret the moment it began. He told you he couldn't tell everyone about the two of you because, well, the fact that you couldn't fight demons and the way you were not so related to anyone that would be in that circle. You wouldn't understand their struggles, and therefore they would be hostile towards you. Most of all, he thought that they wouldn't want you around, so he just wanted to keep you safe from all the arguments and the conflicts and told you. No one else would know. It would be just the two of you who know about this. Your love will be a secret, and nobody needs to know a thing about it. And although it stung and it hurt, he knew the reasons behind his acts, and you understood them. You did not go against them. But it wasn't like you could lie forever, and neither could you. And soon enough, someone would find out. And it just so happened to be sooner than later. It was late into the night, and you woke up to the sound of someone knocking at your door. And when you went to open it, you did not think that you would see one of the pillars at your door. Especially not Abanai of all people. But he was sent there by the rest of the Hashiras. Mostly because he would be able to deal with the matter. Swiftly, quietly, without much fuss. And without unnecessary violence or anger. He would get it done. Simple as that. And when you saw him, you had the feeling that something went wrong. You had not seen him before, not in person, but Muichiro had shown you a picture, and you knew very well how he looked like. Muichiro admired all of the Hashiras, despite their differences, and despite how some of them could sometimes be. But they would always stick together. And in this aspect, he had kept you away to minimize conflict. He didn't want to fight them. He did not want you to be brought into that world. He just wanted to keep you away from the mess of all of this. Until maybe his dream would come true. And it would be done with Muzan. And soon there would be no need for that fear. But it seems like his nightmares came truer than his dreams. And you sat on the couch, Albina standing before you. Would you like a drink? A cup of coffee or anything? You say, trying to delay the inevitable. But even Albina did not indulge you in that. I'm here to tell you that you're to stay away from Muichiro. You're a distraction to him, and you're going to mess things up, sooner or later. You're just a setback to him, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Soon enough, he'll know what's better. But he knew. He knew I was not. He knew who I was, and he loved me all the same. I don't think that's your thing to decide. I think that's his choice. And his choice is to stay a Hashira. So I've come to inform you to stay away from him and stop any attempts to contact him. And you will leave this home too. Or else, I'll be dealing with things differently. And you got the hint that this was a threat. And this person that you were talking with was more than willing to hurt you for their end goals. But you were not about to give up. Muichiro was someone that you loved, and you were not going to give him up like that. And that's what you say. You stand up, determination shining through your eyes and everything that you do, as you yell at him. I don't care what you do to me. I love Muichiro. I'm not going to leave him behind, and I'm sure you're lying to me. He would never leave me like that. You've got to be lying. Come on. Just go away now. Whatever you want to do, you can do to me. But just know I'm not leaving him. Nothing you will say or do will get me to leave. And at that, he looked slightly amused. And perhaps he seems to respect you a little bit after your little speech. And then he looks away, quiet for a moment, before he just shakes his head. Whatever you say then. I'll be leaving now. I guess I'm impressed. You did well on this test. So it was all a test? You think in your head, but you don't dare say. And you watch him as he leaves. A sigh escaping through you, as you feel yourself able to breathe again. And you realize you've been holding in your breath this entire time. And then, you sit quietly as he goes, and wonder what Muichiro will say about this. As terrifying as things seemed, Alban and I did not intend to hurt you at all, but this was a test that was advised to him. The rest of the Hashiras thought that if you were going to stay, then you should be worthy of staying. Not to mention, if there was a situation where you could rescue them, they had to know whether or not you would sell them out, whether or not you would leave Muichiro for something else, or whether or not you could be used against him. There were too many questions, and this test would solve it all. And it's needless to say they were happy and pleased with the results, and they did not bother you anymore. In fact, you're invited to an outing later and Muichiro lets you go. And sometimes, you realize how much pressure this was putting on him. The way he seemed to be so nervous and scared. And now, he feels he can love you freely. And one day, his arms are wrapped around you as he presses a soft kiss to your cheek. You're a miracle, Ryan. You know that? I don't think so. But thank you anyway. You say shyly, and he just scoffs at you. Because to him, the amount of love you've shown and determination to stay with him, even though there was probably someone better out there waiting for you, it will never cease to amaze him. And he hopes to love you and be worthy of your love just the same.